see a gentleman back here from the Red Cross. You want to introduce yourself, sir? Yeah, microphone be good. Just your name and.
Hi, my name is Mike Bersana. I am the Emergency Services Director for the Tri-County Chapter of the American Red Cross.
Mike, it's nice to have you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your program and I respect you just as kind of a off the top of the
That can go up.
You can pull the microphone right out of this.
Oh, that's great. That's
Make
good.
me feel like a rock star here.
He's tall enough to be on our team for the council. Mike, what do you
Nice try. Thank you, Mayor, and I appreciate the time that you're allowing me to speak here. And to let you know, the Tri-County Red Cross represents 22 towns in 3 counties, 4 of which are here in Somerset County. Watchung is certainly one of the towns that we are happy to serve. Glad that we don't have that much work here, but we also, again, look for volunteers and work and help in any way that we can here in the community, as well as the other communities in the area. We provide blood services, we provide disaster services, we provide health and safety training. Those are the sort of 3 main functions of the American Red Cross and the Tri-County chapter for it. We are located in both Plainfield and Elizabeth right now, 2 major areas. The total population that we serve is over 500,000 people, so it's a big chapter. On a local level in the area that I work with, I have 3 main functions, and that is international services, which includes Holocaust tracing for people from World War II, which is something maybe many people may not know that we do, as well as the service to the armed forces. So when a military person has a family need, that they need to get communications back and forth, they do that through the Red Cross, and that's one of our congressional mandates. And then, of course, the most visible, besides the blood donations, which we're the country's largest collector of blood donations, disaster services is obviously something that's very visible, and that's the area that I drive the truck around and things like that, as well as we have a number of volunteers from your area, from your towns as well. And that is an area that we deal with fires, floods, you name it, as disasters. We're there to help both the, we call them clients, in terms of the people, no matter where they come from, what their ages are, what their income levels, it doesn't matter to us. We're there to help. And of course, then if there's flooding and things like that, we're here to provide shelters and work with your town and your community as well as other surrounding areas, because obviously floods happen across multiple towns as well too.
Great.
Thank you.
Well, Mike, thank you for that very concise and informative presentation. I appreciate that. I believe we have a proclamation, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. Whereas this year during the month of March, we formally recognized the Tri-County Red Cross and its essential humanitarian role in the borough of Watchung. We honor the role of the Red Cross contribution to making the borough of Watchung a better place. Every day the Red Cross volunteers and employees carry out the mission by providing essential services to people in the communities with the help of generous donors in the borough of Watchung. And whereas since its incorporation in 1926, the borough of Watchung residents have relied on the expertise of the American Red Cross in disaster relief. Each year, the Tri-County Red Cross responds to an estimated 65 disasters in and near Watchung, including house or apartment fires, hurricanes, and other natural and human-caused disasters. The Tri-County Red Cross assisted more than 25,000 people in our area with shelter, food, clothing, disaster training, medical transportation, and other life-saving services. And whereas the Tri-County Red Cross in the borough of Watchung makes every effort to save lives long before tragedy strikes by helping individuals and entire communities learn to prepare for disasters. It prepares people to save lives through first aid, CPR training, water safety, the use of automated external defibrillators to save victims of sudden cardiac arrest. Over the past year, nearly 10,000 people have enrolled in health and safety courses with the Tri-County Red Cross. The Tri-County Red Cross also provides free disaster preparedness and response training to any resident or organization of Watchung who is interested in learning how to help their neighbors in times of need. And whereas under its charter, the American Red Cross is entrusted with providing volunteer aid in time of war to the sick and wounded of the armed forces. Staff members deployed with our armed forces to provide emergency communications and a caring presence to servicemen and women separated from their families. The Tri-County Red Cross has sent more than 2,500 emergency messages to active duty personnel and their families, and also reaches out to the members of the National Guard and Reserves and their families who reside in nearly every community they serve in Somerset, Middlesex, and Union counties. And whereas without the help of the Borough of Watchung volunteers, the Tri-County Red Cross would be unable to fulfill the humanitarian mission that is the cornerstone of the organization. We are grateful for the tireless work of the volunteers and employees of the Tri-County Red Cross in Watchung and during this month. We pay tribute to this remarkable organization and all those who have answered the call to serve a greater cause and offered support and healing in times of need. Therefore, I, Thomas P. Franklin, for Albert S. Ellis, Mayor of the Borough of Watchung, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the law of Watchung, do hereby proclaim March 2009 as American Red Cross Month, and encourage all Americans to support this organization's noble humanitarian mission, especially during this extraordinary time for our country.
Well, we're down to the nitty-gritty, which is paying the bills.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I offer the following resolution. Be it resolved by the Mayor and